Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So today is a special day for me, and it's still only day 38, and yes, I'm going to complete my 4th and 5th Max Lux. One I already did last night because I couldn't wait anymore, and that is Hendrickson here, yay! And yeah, last night was Sunday night, and then they did a special like 3-hour window instead of the usual 2. And then they also did the half stamina. And I needed 35 drops. I got it in 2 hours. My drop rate was pretty good. So yeah, I was really happy about that. And then as for his quest, yes, it was on the difficult side, or it is on the difficult side. There's still a week left or so. But I found that if you just pay attention and then you're careful with your positioning and your timing, then it's very doable. And then what I mean by the timing is that in the beginning of every boss stage, before you do anything, you want to look at where your guys are, and then you want to see if they're within range of one of the defense up anti-pierce guys, and then if they are not, within those first 4 turns, you want to move them as far away from Hendrickson as you can. But if on the 2nd to 4th turns on your turn, you can hit that defense up bomb thing and then get your guys hit with that, you want them to take the attack so that you take less damage, and then also have them closer to Hendrickson. So yeah, if you keep an eye on who's where and then who's going to be doing what, or who's going to have the defense up when that big attack comes, then it's very doable. But yeah, he is done, and then I'll do a semi-quick monster review of him. There's actually a lot to say about him. But this is the demon form. He has a human form as well. I'll do that afterwards. But he is a Pierce balance type, and stats are just pretty solid overall, no complaints anywhere. Maybe HP is a little low, but it's fine for a drop monster. He has the crazy double null ability of null gravity barrier and then null warp on the gauge. And then this combo I love because null warp is passive in him, and that's great for 2 things. One is that with command strike shots he'll just move freely through gravity barriers. And then the second part about that I like is that when I use him to farm easy quests, I don't need to worry about his gauge. I can just, fling him. I don't even need to look at the screen, and he'll still have the gravity barrier, and so be able to move around. And then with a null warp on the gauge, there are certain cases where you want to enter a warp, so that can be good to miss the gauge there. And then he's got the critical luck skill, which is crazy for a Pierce monster, even crazier for a max luck Pierce monster, since he has a greater chance of getting the luck skill out. The bump combo is the Star Laser L. He is, I think, only the 2nd drop monster to ever have that after Kain, the impossible monster. And yeah, I said this in the overall Nanatsu no Taizai overview video, but I really like this bump combo. It's fairly damaging, and it covers a good amount of area, and it's dense as well. So in the case of like the energy circle, enemies right close to you, right next to you, will not be hit by the energy circle, but they would be hit by the star laser. So yeah, that already makes him almost ideal for me when I want to farm in easy quests. And usually when I farm for easy quests, the max look I want one of 2 types. One is a Pierce with null gravity barrier and the blast bump combo. The other type that I want is a drop monster with a strong bump combo. But to go back to the first, the only options that I had before were like Ghoulie, or Daisy, which is a New Year's limited monster, or Hikaru Genji, which is a high-level character, or Eden, which is a super high-level character. So not a lot of choices. Ghoulie is the easiest, but he's also the slowest. He was a power type too, I think. So yeah, pretty slow. The other option I was thinking of for a max luck for easy quests was a character with a very strong bump combo. So that was like Satellite with her lock-on one-way laser, or Rotbone, or Babel, or now Joyaberun. But Hendrickson here, the demon form, is kind of a mixture of both. He's a Pierce with no gravity barrier, so he's very mobile, but he also has a strong bump combo. So I think this is going to be my main max luck. So I'll be using him in lots of easy quests like Dragon Gems, Divine Charles, and probably even normal quests. Before I was using Nadeko, and she's great. I'm still going to use her for certain quests, but for easy quests, Hendrickson is my new main guy. And then as for his strike shot, this is kind of a crazy new strike shot. What it is that you aim it at a character, and then it goes and hits the first character that's in the line of fire. And then it takes away a guaranteed like 33 to 35% of that boss's HP. Just guaranteed. It's flat damage, so it's not modified by anything. And yeah, it's taken off of the boss's max HP, not the current HP. So you can fire this at any time during a boss's stage, and it will take away that same 35%. And yeah, people have been playing with this, JP players on YouTube, where they take 3 Hendricksons to an impossible boss, shoot 3 strike shots, 35, 35, 35, and that's it. That's the end of the mission. The craziest thing I've seen is in Eden. Eden has really high hit points on that last stage, but with 3 Hendricksons, it was fine. And yeah, this could even be good like in the first or second boss stage, if they have a little bit of hit points left, because it's a single hit and then it's set damage. So it will take away whatever percentage is left, and then the leftover will carry over to the next gauge. So yeah, pretty versatile strike shot, pretty easy to use as well, and on a very versatile, strong character. And then I'm looking at the list of quests, impossible quests, that he can go to, and I see Izanami, Kushinada, Kushinada Zero, Nirvana, Memento Mori, Karuma, Eden, Kanan. That is a crazy list. And yeah, because I have this guy, that actually kind of frees up a lot of kind of time for me in the future, because he takes the places of a lot of extreme drop monsters that I would have used if I had not had Hendrickson. So that's amazing. And then one other amazing thing, which I did not consider in my Nanatsu no Taizai overview, is that he has a second form, the human form. And actually, you can slide between these two forms freely. You don't need any you know, gems or whatever. You can just do it at will, so you can do it multiple times a day if you like. And then this guy's great because he has totally different ability sets, so he can go to different quests. And then looking at him, he's another balance type. Bounce this time with Minesweeper Null Warp. And he's actually my first he is my first max luck character that handles mines with either Flight or Minesweeper, so he automatically fills that niche. And then that null ability combination is kind of rare. Other characters similar to him are like Emerald Dragon, who's not nearly as good, or Siren, who's not nearly as good, or like Marishten, who is an impossible monster and so difficult to make the max luck of. So yeah, he fills a very nice niche. He has the bump combo critical, and then his bump combo is the rebound cross laser, which is not super powerful against bosses, but can help you with like zombie loops or other easy enemies. And then the best way to get concentrated damage out of this is for Hendrickson to be in a corner, and so when he hits the when his rebound laser comes out, it hits the corner pretty quickly, and then, you know, goes diagonally, and so all of the shots are kind of concentrated in the center of the screen. And then the strike shot is the same as Plum, where he gets the speed and power up, and then every hit on an enemy he shoots out a lock-on one-way laser. So that can be good damage. If you saw my Kevin Midorikawa video, you saw that it got about 2 million damage into the boss's weak point. So yeah, it's pretty good. One thing about this guy though is that his attacks are very laser heavy. So if you go to a quest with laser barriers, he's going to be much less useful. And then to talk about quests that he is good for, Izanami 0, Kushinada 0, he could be okay in Yamato Takeru 0, speed a little bit high, but if he doesn't take all of the speed bombs, then you might be okay there. Doom, Akasha, and Izanagi 0. So yeah, just between his two forms, which you can freely move between, there's tons of versatility. And yeah, because of that, and then his high damage attacks, he might be the best Max Luck in the game. And I'm not saying that just because I made him and I have them. He seriously might be the best in the game. I looked at the game with ranking, and then there's one other limited time extreme drop monster that's rated higher than him. But I am convinced that this guy is better. I forget his name, Shinobu or something. He's a Pierce with no warp. Or you can slide him to a bounce with no gravity barrier. But yeah, just from a null ability standpoint, this guy's already tons better than that other guy. And I think more usable in more different quests. So yeah, Hendrickson, probably the best Max Luck since Light Doraemon, for those of you lucky enough to have him. He was based on the Chainbound Jack that we had in the English version. But yeah, super happy to have this guy, and he is my 4th Max Luck. So let's go ahead and make the 5th. You can probably guess who that is. And that is Elizabeth and Hawk. And yeah, you can get her by fulfilling different missions. And I was lucky that I got the kind of the 10 bonus orbs near the beginning. And then I got a couple pulls from the friend hatcher. So I didn't have to wait until the last day. And I didn't have to complete some of the higher level missions. So yeah, let's do that. And yeah, I have been reading the comics for Nanatsu no Taizai, and it's pretty good. And then these characters of Elizabeth and Hawk, they're pretty cool, so I'm happy to have them in the game. Alrighty, Max Luck. Unkyoku Tassei. Okay. Let's take a picture of that. Okay. So let's have a look at the character. And she's not great. She is a blast type, very, very low stats. Almost like 5-star stats. But yeah, HP is not quite 20,000. Attack is very low. Maybe with the gauge, she would break 20. And then speed is also really low. So yeah, maybe more kind of a fun Max Luck than a usable one. But her abilities, she has Recovery S off the gauge, so there's no crazy gauge for her. She also has Null Wind, which we're still kind of waiting to be useful. And then on the gauge, she has Null Block. And she is my first Max Luck with Null Block, so she could maybe have some niche use there. I will try her in Tsukuyomi 0. We'll see how that goes. Luck skill is the Bump Combo Critical, and then her Bump Combo is the Wave. And yeah, she is a blast type, so her wave is more powerful than usual. And wave is very strong, even just the regular kind. It is difficult to use because where you hit her, the wave comes out perpendicular. But if you can get this in the boss's weak point, this can be very, very good damage. And then the strike shot is the same as Nostradamus, where she gets speed and power up. And then where she stops, she creates an area and then heals who is in that area. So yeah, healing passive in her and then healing in her strike shot. And then good damage in her bump combo. So actually she could be pretty useful. I will give her a try. But yeah, maybe more than her, I am happy that she is my 5th Max Luck. Because that means I unlock 2 things. One here is Light Murasame. That is awesome, she is really strong. I am very sad though that she is not the post-evolution form though. Because I still have to play the Dark Murasame quest to get the materials to ascend the Light Murasame, but whatever. And then the second thing that I am very happy about is that now I have 5 max lux. Colossal quests are unlocked for me. So I can play Avalon, Nirai Kanai, Eden, all those guys. So yeah, just 38 days into the game, but already I've unlocked some of the highest level content in the game. So I'm very pleased about that. And yeah, to be honest, making max lux is taking much longer in the JP game than it has been in the English version. Part of the reason is because I used to play on 2 devices, and so more chests and more guaranteed stuff meant more drops. But also, I'm not playing as much here. Again, because I have a single device with only the single device's amount of stamina. But yeah, as you can see, I'm working hard on Yamato Takeru here. He was added to the library recently, so that's been good. When I have some free stamina, I do go for him. But yeah, that is where I am at, and hopefully I'll have some colossal videos up pretty soon. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.